Hello and welcome to This Date in History, aka TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred today in years past, both recognized by actual historians, but mainly things I personally find intriguing enough for me to bring to you. The source of this information comes from the smart device application on this day. The music in the background is Freefall by Audioscribe, which I found on the YouTube channel No Copyright Sounds, aka NCS. For links to the app, music, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar. Now let's get on with the show, shall we? Today's Moon's Day, aka Monday, August 22nd, 2016. In 2012, ethnic clashes over grazing rights for cattle in Kenya's Tana River district resulted in over 52 deaths. In 2007, the Storm botnet, a botnet created by the Storm Worm, sent out a record 57 million emails in one day. In 2004, versions of the Scream and Madonna, two paintings by Edvard Munch, were stolen at gunpoint from a museum in Oslo, Norway. In 2003, Alabama Chief Justice Roy Moore was suspended after refusing to comply with a federal court order to remove a rock inscribed with the Ten Commandments from the lobby of the Alabama Supreme Court building. In 1996, Bill Clinton signed welfare reform into law, representing a major shift in U.S. welfare policy. In 1989, Nolan Ryan struck out Rickey Henderson, becoming the first Major League Baseball pitcher to record 5,000 strikeouts. In 1973, the Congress of Chile voted in favor of a resolution condemning President Salvador Allende's government and demanded that he resign or be unseated through force and new elections. In 1972, Rhodesia was expelled by the IOC for its racist policies. In 1966, labor movement's NFWA, aka the National Farm Workers Association, and AWOC, aka Agricultural Workers Organizing Committee, merged to become the United Farm Workers Organizing Committee, aka UFWOC, which was the predecessor of the United Farm Workers, aka UFW. In 1950, Aletha Gibson became the first black competitor in international tennis. In 1942, during World War II, Brazil declared war on Germany and Italy. In 1941, also during World War II, German troops began the siege of Leningrad. In 1932, the BBC began television broadcasting using John Logie Baird's system. In 1910, Korea was annexed by Japan with the signing of the Japan-Korea Treaty of 1910, beginning a period of Japanese rule of Korea which lasted until the end of World War II. Fun fact, many of the drug factories Japan set up in North Korea are still in use today by the Norks, the products of which are given to China as payment for their prisoners so North Korea can have more free slave labor. In 1902, Theodore Roosevelt became the first U.S. president to ride in an automobile. Also in 1902, Cadillac Motor Company was founded. In 1864, 12 nations signed the First Geneva Convention. In 1849, the first air raid in history commenced when Austria launched pilotless balloons against the city of Venice. Holy shit, the first aerial assault ever was drones! In 1846, the Second Federal Republic of Mexico was established. In 1831, Nat Turner's slave rebellion commenced just after midnight in Southampton County, Virginia, leading to the murder of 310 people, 250 of which were blacks, with the other 60 being whites. In 1798, French troops landed in Kilcummin Harbour, County Mayo, Ireland, to aid the Irish Rebellion. In 1770, James Cook landed on and named Possession Island, claiming the east coast of Australia for Britain as New South Wales. In 1654, the first known Jewish immigrant to the Americas, Jacob Bar Simpson, arrived in New Amsterdam, known today as New York City. In 1642, Charles I raised his standard in Nottingham, marking the beginning of the English Civil War. And in 565, Columba reported seeing a monster in Loch Ness, Scotland. Births, Connie B. Gay, 1914. And that concludes the show. Once again, check the underbar for any links you may be interested. Don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, especially if you're playing Pokemon Go. You can rate 5 thumbs and subscribe if you do so wish. For your dose of passive events daily, I am Aoxander, and you are you. Toodles!